Hey everyone, this is Sharon from Sharonatsea Travel, and as travel restrictions start to ease a little bit here and we start looking back into the future of cruising and travel, there's a few things that are going to be changing. And I am here today to talk about 5 things that are either going to be required or going to be very important you have with you when you start to travel again. As we are getting closer and closer to getting back out on the sea to cruise, maybe traveling to a new destination, many people are very concerned and worried about what changes may be in effect, what new things may be required, and is it going to be safe to travel? Well, many cruise lines and airlines are doing their best to make sure that it is the safest environment possible for their guests and their crew. I'm going to talk about 5 items that are very important you bring with you on your next cruise or your flight or both. Many of us have to fly to the embarkation port to get on a cruise ship, so we have to take into consideration what we can bring on the flight as a carry-on as well as the cruise ship. Now, today's video is just strictly on 5 additional things you're going to want to put in your carry-on. It is not everything you should bring in your carry-on. If you want a list of that, we have that as well. I will put a link for a couple videos on what to bring in your carry-on in the description box below. But today's video is just about 5 additional things during this time to bring in your carry-on. All right, number 1. Yes, it is a mask. I know this is a very controversial topic. Some people say if they have to wear a mask on a cruise, they won't cruise. Others are so anxious to get back out there and cruise, they'll do anything to get back out at sea. Now, I will say most airlines are requiring that you wear a mask, and airports when you're in the airport as well already. So whether or not the cruise lines are going to put that into play as well, we do not know that yet. It has not been announced. But I would suggest you bring one anyways, because you never know. You might feel safer. There may be some days where there's just a lot of people around. Yes, cruise lines are talking about reducing the amount of guests on board, and that will likely happen, at least for a while. But keep in mind, most people have their favorite things to do around the ship. You know, they like to hang out in the casino, or they like a particular bar on board. They like to go to the shows, maybe the comedy club, different things. That's not going to change. The same people that like those are still going to flock to those areas. So there are going to be particular areas that do tend to have probably more people in there than you're going to want to be around at times. So it doesn't hurt to just have a mask if you're feeling a little uncomfortable with that situation. So be prepared and bring a few masks for your friends and family and keep everyone safe on board. Number 2, hand sanitizer. Of course, washing your hands with soap and water is the most effective. Hand sanitizer is probably the best thing when soap and water are not available. Most people would rely on the cruise lines in the past to have that outside the buffet areas, the restaurants, and such common areas around the ship. But it's not a bad idea to just bring some of your own. Probably the cruise lines will have it in more hand sanitizing locations set up once cruising resumes, although I would still suggest you bring some of your own and just have it on hand. There's always going to be something around the cruise ship or the airport that you touch that, there's just not something available to clean your hands with. So if you have some of your own, that's handy, that's just a great option. The airports have recently started allowing you to bring a 12-ounce bottle of hand sanitizer through security in your carry-on versus the 3.4-ounce that was previously allowed. Now, this is only for hand sanitizer. Keep this in mind. It's not all of your toiletry products that you bring through in your carry-on. Only hand sanitizer. But you can bring a 12-ounce bottle of it in your carry-on, and you may want to actually put one in your checked luggage as well and just bring a couple of them with you. Also, it doesn't hurt to have a couple travel size ones. Maybe hook one onto your backpack or your handbag with a carabiner. I know I have a small one attached to my purse at all times with me. And here's a bonus tip. You can use hand sanitizer on bug bites as an anti-itch cream. So if you have get a bug bite, maybe you forget your insect repellent on a cruise or vacation, and you have some bug bites, they're itching you like crazy, put a little hand sanitizer on it and that will relieve the itch. I personally think it works much better than regular anti-itch cream. And number 3, bleach or disinfectant wipes. I know many of you cruisers out there already bring those along with you and kind of wipe your cabins down regularly on embarkation day, but they're also good for at the airport, in the airplane when you get on board, hotel stays. Most hotels, airlines, the cruise ships, they clean the cabins and they do their best to keep them clean, and they're probably doing obviously an even better job right now, but it never hurts to just give it a little extra cleaning. I know I feel much more confident when I've gone over things myself with the little bleach wipes. Some of the things we use them for in our cruise cabin or hotel: we wipe down doorknobs, remote controls, telephones, the toilet seats, countertops, just anything that is commonly touched. On the plane, we wipe down the seat belts, the buckle, any kind of buttons on the seats, or if there's a little TV screen with buttons or anything in front of you, the latch that pulls up and down the window shade, and anything that you're going to be touching in your seat, we wipe down as well. The tray table. So keep that in mind. Always wipe those things down that you're going to be commonly touching. And number 4, if you are flying, bring some plane snacks and drinks. Most airlines have already announced that they have eliminated their food and beverage service during this time, and we're not sure how long that's going to be continuing for. Some airlines have announced that they will be giving out some snack bags as you enter the flight, but this isn't something that might be routine, so keep that in mind and always be prepared and bring yourself a little snack and something to drink on your flight. This is also important if you have kids, because kids like their snacks, and sometimes they can get cranky if they don't have a snack or a drink when they get bored. And also if you are diabetic, it's also very important to have a little snack with you. Sometimes planes get delayed, maybe you get stuck on the runway for a little while, you just never know. So just keep that in mind. You can always purchase maybe a water or a soda after you go through security and bring those on board the airplane with you. Another thing is, a lot of people have been talking about alcohol because they're not serving alcohol on the flights anymore. And that's kind of a real controversial issue as well. Some people are talking about bringing the little airplane bottles on with them. Others say, that's illegal, you can't do that. Some airlines are saying that if you ask them to pour them for you, that they will allow it. So I would just say contact the particular airline ahead of time that you're going to be flying on and ask them what their regulations are regarding alcohol on the plane. You don't want to run into any surprises when you board that plane. And number 5, have a good attitude. That's right, I said it, have a good attitude. As we start cruising and traveling again, there's going to be a lot of changes. Some people don't adapt well to change. Keep that in mind. Be kind to others. The staff are doing the best they can to keep us safe. Don't take things out on them. Just be kind, friendly, say thank you, and just go with the flow. That's all you can do at this point. We're all in this together. You just kind of have to go with the flow and stay safe. And do what's safe for others as well. And keeping positive and a good attitude is just as important in keeping us healthy during these times. Hope this was helpful in planning your next cruise or your future travels. And remember to bring all of these in your carry-on, including the good attitude. And if you can think of any other items that you feel are important that you bring now in the near future as we get back to cruising safely, please post them in the comments below. And if you are not subscribed to our channel and you like cruise content, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell so you'll get notified when we post new content or when we go live. We go live every Monday evening from 6 p.m. Pacific time and 9 p.m. Eastern time. We talk all about cruising, travel, and much more. So come join the fun. So stay safe out there, and until next time, happy cruising and safe travels.